Arca Bulls family, what is good? What is good in the hood? What is up, family? Go ahead and throw those A's in the chat. If you can hear your boy speak right now, make sure to throw those A's in the chat right now. What is up, family? Very excited to be streaming tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of things up in the table, and actually, as I'm speaking right now, I'm actually putting up the videos that I actually just recorded. Man, I'm running a little short in time, and I do have to express that my actually the wife is feeling very tired today, so I do have to push this as early as I can right now, right? This is the reason why we're starting at 8:05 instead, right, you guys? But very excited to be streaming tonight, guys. I have an opportunity for us to look at. Oh my goodness, I do have one, and it was actually in respect to Biana, who actually asked us in the early ticker picks. She asked us for that ticker symbol CEOS, and oh man, we have to touch bases on that because there is an extraordinary opportunity on that one yet again, as the conditions have essentially reset for a statistical upside. Okay, you guys, and I'm very excited to announce that because there is daily volatility versus momentum opportunity. Okay, and it looks like the signal has already fired, and yeah, that's just all I'm saying, right? So guys, I'm actually running a little bit on autopilot right now, right? I'm not entirely looking at the chat, but I see that the A's are coming in, right? Biana, what's up? Good to see you here in the chat. Mark Roach, my moderators. DJ, what is up, you guys? Good to see you here. And yes, we'll definitely start off with taking a look at Tesla and the SPY. Okay, so we'll get that broader market sentiment first before we move on. Okay, you guys, so right now I actually just posted ticker symbol GTII, and the next one up is actually going to be AMC, and of course I actually put up a dedicated video for that ticker symbol CEOS, as there is, like I said, guys, there is an extraordinary opportunity there for a massive upside. The last time we looked at an upside like this, it was about a month ago, and that upside ended up being about a 360% move, and I felt like, man, this was just I didn't expect it to go that high, but it did, right, you guys? So now that same volatility time frame is presented yet again. All right, man, very excited for these times right now. Okay, so actually I just noticed a little bit of a mistake here in my post, so let me just go ahead and correct that, and everything will be all good. So tell me, chat, tell me what is going down. What are you guys long? What are you guys short? What's the real deal here? Oh man, to tell you the truth, guys, I'm actually very much looking into this ticker here. I have to express the most transparency that I ever could, right? So I just have to tell you guys that I will be getting long ticker symbol CEOS if it does so decide to make that confirmation, right? But the validations are pretty much there already, right? Yes, Biana, thank you. You can finally see the live, right? Super stoked for you to be here. I tried to come in a little earlier, right? This actually helps some of the people in the East Coast come down, right? Beso Amy, yeah, definitely CEOS is looking pretty good. BNKU, DJ, what's up, my dude? The setup is on its way, man. So we are potentially there. I think there still could be a little more pressure to the downside, but I'm talking about so small. Okay, you guys. So, oh my goodness, Renaissance Wolf, TRK, are you serious, bro? That sucks. I stopped out of that at my max loss. Let me see. I'm just gonna load it here, and I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so as you know that always I try to look at the early ticker picks in the Discord for us to look at, right? But nonetheless, I'll leave it right up here in the schedule so that we can evaluate that. Okay, so all good. I'm starting to see a bunch of requests too, you guys. I'll try my best to get to them. Okay, so I do see THMO, I do see LYLT, I see a bunch of those tickers come in, right? So THMO, let me just go ahead and leave that in the schedule too, right? And that LYLT ticker as well. We'll see what we can do about these guys. Let's see. All right, so but yeah, what's up, chat? Dr. 175, what's up? Rocky Mountain Gobblers, what's up? Tatiana, how you doing? Good to see you here. All right, so you're taking a look at NVIDIA. What's going down with that one? Are you long that ticker? Are you short the ticker? Are you making some gains? What is good? MM, what is up, my dude? What is up? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your recommendation there, my dude. Let me just go ahead and write a couple things down right here. So that's I think it was let's see, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there as well. Okay, so this is definitely a very good one to look at for the macros as well. So NVIDIA is going to be that one that we're going to look at alongside the SPY and the TSLA ticker, okay, because these are very likely to push the markets either up or down, okay, because they're heavyweights. They're heavyweights, right? So let's just go ahead and load up that Tesla ticker as well, okay? So I think it was this one actually that we looked at the last time. So very cool stuff right here. Kenny Powers, what is up, my dude? Good to see you. And yes, VS is in the schedule. Guys, go ahead and notice right up here, this is essentially the schedule that we're going to be looking at, okay? So let me just go ahead and put in the macros. Like the heavyweights first, right? We're going to do SPY, NVIDIA, and Tesla, right? So these three tickers are going to be kind of combined into one because they will very likely run in tandem, right? Or in sympathy to each other, right, you guys? So we want to take a look at those. Sometimes we do BTC, sometimes we do NDX, sometimes we pair it with Tesla, sometimes we, it's good for us to take a look at it in that manner as well, okay, you guys? So very excited. Another one that I am seeing a lot of requests for is that ticker FRC for the, I think it was the bank, right, you guys? I'm not exactly sure what was going on with that, and I think it actually dropped today. As it was making a very powerful move to the upside, wasn't it? Is that, or am I mistaken by something else? But yeah, so, oh yeah, it was making that upside, right? I mean, man, with this type of capitulation, it almost looks like a dead cat bounce, doesn't it? But we can go ahead and validate all of those things. Okay, you guys, so we'll see what's up with that one as well. All right, so, but yeah, very excited to be streaming tonight. What is up, Samantha H? Good to see you here. My dude, DJ, what are you saying? Currently holding SPY puts. Big day tomorrow. Might have to switch to calls depending on which way we go. Yeah, that could be a smart move. I'm not, please don't take my word right now. I want to just go ahead and evaluate what we have here, right? But it may be a smart move to do that, but we'll validate that as well, okay, you guys? So let me just take a look at the chat right here and see what's going down. So Ivory, for GTII, I actually just posted a dedicated video for it, and it's a very important video, okay? So if I don't catch that tonight, definitely consider checking out that video that I just posted literally within the last 5 minutes, okay? So I'm sorry that it is kind of a little bit of a longer video, right? It's about 12 minutes, maybe 13 minutes, but it's incredibly important for us to know that information. Okay, you guys, moderator DJ reminding me that, please, guys, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate as just a form of entertainment within these videos, okay? As I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever, all right, you guys? Just know to do your own due diligence. Everything will be cool. All right, so Tatiana saying, yes, bank, thank you for covering. Yeah, not a problem. So you're also saying shorting, so you're shorting NVIDIA. Whoa. Let's see. All right, I don't know what the heck just happened, but I'm getting a little bit of an error here. I think we're all good. Everything is looking good. All right, so you're shorting NVIDIA and seeing if it breaks the 244 level. Okay. I get you. Hold on just a sec, guys. I actually have to sneeze, man. Can I stop it? Can I stop it with steam? Yes, I could. Have you guys ever done that? Have you guys ever suppressed your sneeze by actually breathing in hot air? That's actually something I tend to do because I don't like to sneeze. It actually hurts to sneeze. Oh my goodness, man. But yeah, nonetheless, guys, very excited to be streaming tonight. We have some incredible opportunities to look into, right? So don't mind me over here. I'm actually just prepping the tickers before we get this thing rolling, right, you guys? So remember, the schedule is located right up here, you guys. This is what we're going to try to look at. Of course, sometimes we don't have all that time in the world, but you know that we can try our very best, right? So let's see. So based on Amy saying me? Oh, you mean so I don't sneeze? Grapefruit. What is it about grapefruit that kind of would prevent you from sneezing, by the way? Would that be something like, is that just superstition? Oh my goodness. So yeah, you guys. So Mark Roach, what you saying over there? So it seems like if I hold back from my sneeze, I fart, so I don't do that. Good times indeed, my bro. Oh my goodness, man. So I actually feel bad for the family if I do fart, so I actually would just take my whole body outside, right? Because the last thing I want to do is have anybody breathe that. So, but very interesting times here, you guys. We should not be talking about booty excretion, right? We should be talking about the stock. If I hold back, no. So I actually just kind of cover my face. You know, like doing this right here, kind of like a mask, and then I start to breathe in and out. So that steam or that hot air literally soothes that need to sneeze, right? So I hate sneezing, though. I really do hate sneezing. So Thomas, what's up, my dude? Saying nobody cares about SVIB or LYLT. Do 10X. Oh my goodness, man. 10X actually did get a little bit of a rally today, right? So just if I can't get to it, my dude, I will try to get to it in the next stream for sure. Okay, but definitely, I will put it here in the schedule nonetheless. Okay, so let's see. As I do have it from prior sessions as well. But Thomas, thanks so much for stopping by, my dude. Really excited to have you here, man. All right, so yeah, I mean, if I can just tell you something real quick, usually the types of reversals that come in for these tickers is found with a massive hammer candle, just like the one that's being faced right here. Okay, so there could be a pretty good opportunity right here. So now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and respond to this question right here because it is actually in Spanish. So if you do know Spanish, you'll hear me talk it. So Dr. 175 says, Arca, tengo una pregunta para usted, hermano. A while back in one of your lives, you recommended a book about trading. Can I get the name again, my brother, por favor? Of course, my brother. So that book, and remember, I'm actually not even an affiliate to that, right? So it's actually by the author Andrew Aziz, and it is, let me just go ahead and type that in for you here in the chat. Okay, so then if you want to, it's literally where I started trading. It was this book, this very book actually. And just so I can get some basic knowledge over what is trading in the first place, right? So Andrew Aziz and How to Day Trade for a Living is the name of that book. Okay, so I just put it in the chat there if you are interested, right? So definitely know that I'm not partnered with them. They're bare bull traders. They don't even know. I don't even think they know I exist or anything like that, right? But he's a very talented day trader, discretionary at all means, right? So I since have changed my strategy. But it's just, that's normal, right? That's normal for you to do as you move on in your career of trading, right, you guys? So I want to go ahead and just get this thing. Nah, not a problem, Dr. 175. Really appreciate you for coming by. We have some very good things to take a look at here. Okay, so hedge fund killers, what's up? What's up, my brother? Whatever happened with FFIE, WISA, and Zella? My goodness, dude, that is a huge amount of analysis to perform, right? So I know that FFIE actually got a good pump to the upside, and this is a pump to the upside that we've actually been looking at for quite some time. because the setups in several timeframes for FFIE of volatility versus momentum have been suggesting a potential rise soon. Okay, and I did talk about this about a week ago. So we were finally starting to realize this. Definitely know that I may be releasing a video on FFIE tomorrow. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Now, as far as WISA and Zella, I haven't looked at those in a while, but I have made dedicated videos on them, so I will definitely consider that. I'll write it here in my notes as well for you. Okay, my dude. So Zella and WISA, and also for that ticker FFIE. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get these done. Maybe tomorrow, right? So do videos. That is my note for tonight, right? FFIE is still long, but so Amy, I know a lot of people who are still long that ticker, so no big deal there, right? It is kind of facing a big downside, right? But after a huge downside like this, the recovery can only be, you know, pretty substantial, right? So again, please don't take that into any consideration right now, because I would like to visit the charts and see what they have to say by themselves, right, you guys? So very excited to be streaming, guys. Please make sure to hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. And Aiden Davis, what's up, man? For the first time seeing you here in the live stream, happy to be having you here, man. So you're saying, hey Arca, I cannot wait for Sunday, man. This will be life-changing for me. My dude, I cannot wait to share the knowledge with you. Just know, guys, if I have any master students here in the chat right now, I will be sending out an invite to a private Discord where the master's course is going to be taking place. Okay, so that's going to be a different Discord apart from the Arca Bulls Discord, and this is a way for us to be able to kind of manage just the students, just the master students, right? So, and the first session, guys, we're actually going to be talking about what is trading even in the first place. Okay, so very excited to be sharing that first lesson, and absolutely know that I will be uploading the day's syllabus before the master course, right? So for example, week 2 is going to be candle analysis. I'm going to go ahead and upload the lesson before, about 2 days before the lesson actually starts, so that you can be able to revise or review whatever the topics are going to be covered during that session. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good way for us to kind of move along further. And as per the expectations, remember I did state that I think I said at least 4 hours of chart time during the week. So I will also be issuing some homework. Okay, so as I am going to be very tough on you guys, and I definitely want for us to make sure that we can look at the markets in a better way. Stephen Dumaine, when do we start the course? This is actually going to be this coming Sunday, 1 p.m. and I actually Pacific, right? So little AR-15 FRC, I definitely have it in the schedule. I'll try to get to it as soon as possible, right, you guys? So which means, let's see, Christopher Cook saying, Arca, make everyone in your course sign a waiver that you are not guaranteeing results, guaranteeing success, offering financial advice, etc. Get signatures. Absolutely, Christopher. Thank you so much. So I actually did put it in the disclaimer, and I did put upon agreeing that. So I don't know if that's still held as tangible, right? But I did express it in my disclaimer that there is all that stuff, right? And by accepting those terms, then, you know, we got it good. But yeah, the good idea. Thank you, Christopher. I'll make sure to note that down and get it done. So yeah, guys, so let's go ahead and now get started with the analysis here. I want to look at the SPY, Tesla, and ticker symbol NVDA, okay, for NVIDIA, as we do have a few things to take a look at there. We're just going to dim the music just a little bit to get more of a serious note, right? And okay, so Samantha H, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I know that you have that experience from Harvard Law, right? So thank you for everything that you do for the Arca Bulls family, and you as well, Christopher, once again. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and start off with the ticker symbol SPY right now, and it is just about 8:22 p.m., right? So we want to make sure to get this covered and see what everybody's opportunities are in the markets. Okay, so ticker symbol SPY making a very interesting set of fractals right here, right? I do not like fractal analysis, first of all, you guys. I definitely want to let you know that it's just speculative, right? But very interesting to have two very large green candles followed by a tiny little red one, right? So this is in respects to a resistance that we're facing. Let me get rid of this box and just show you what I mean, okay? So go ahead and zoom out with me and take a look at this broadening descending wedge that we've been riding since the beginning of the bear cycle itself, okay? So this breakout that's happening right now is in respects to another broadening descending wedge, okay, which is very typical for us to break out of first of all. Right, another very typical breakout setup is actually, an inverse herpy-derpy right over here, right? An inverse head and shoulders, if you don't know what I mean. I just make fun of those those signals because they don't have such a good strike rate overall in the markets, right? So they are fine here and there, but, sometimes these little silly formations tend to play out pretty nice, and they also tend to play out pretty often within breaking out of these types of formations, like a descending channel, and or broadening descending wedges and things of that nature. Okay, you guys. So what we're looking at here is a little bit of a tedious situation. Okay, why am I saying this? Well, first of all, we reclaimed the inside of the broadening descending wedge in the larger term time frame, right? So what I'm saying basically here is that there could be a little bit of resistance right now because we have that top side, but rest assured that this formation represents a change or a shift in price action in general. Okay, so we are right now following the golden rule of three pretty nicely. What is that? So we have test number 1 of the resistance, test number 2, 3, capitulation as per expected. Usually after test number 3, we have a very nice terminal shakeout right over here, hence the losing the longs right down here, a shakeout, right? So then we have that upside pump right now. We are in the process of continuing on to break out of true test number 4. Okay, as soon as we do get that test number 4 resistance, you definitely expect a pullback from this area. Okay, I'm not saying that this is going to happen right away, but it is in the process of making that move. Okay, you guys, so in the immediate short-term time frame is I know a lot of people are kind of wondering that, right? So let's look at the 30-minute RSI. Okay, so we have a little bit of consolidation from that 30-minute RSI. Please always mind your RSI signal sitting within the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile. Okay, we still have an upside pivot from the 14-day simple moving average represented by the pink line. And let's now move on to the bi-hourly and see if we can continue piecing our puzzle together. Okay, you guys, so we have a little bit of an upside bias here on the bi-hourly, and definitely know that we are well within that gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile and also above the 14-day simple. So this is definitely bullish. Okay, we have 2 forms of support, the gravitational zone and the 14-day simple. Very good stuff. Let's move on. 6-hour time frame. Let's see, a little bit of consolidation, slight downside here on that 14-day simple. We can't use this too well other than the fact that we are sitting in the gravitational zone down here, which could essentially send us to a temporary downside, right? But why do I say temporary? Well, we have the 14-day simple moving average below us, so very likely we can find a support from either the gravitational zone of the bear strength percentile or that 14-day simple. Let's continue. The 12-hour RSI is suggesting a bounce now, okay? And it is in the gravitational zone of that bear strength percentile. Very likely for us to get pulled up to the upside. So we could be facing a little bit of a consolidation, okay? So I'm not sure if the core PPI was out today or it's going to be out tomorrow, okay? So that's another metric that we need to take a look at, okay? So I think it was core PPI and core CPI. For both of those metrics, what I'm talking about is I think it's the exclusion of food, I believe, and a couple other things within the core consumer price index and producer price index metric, right? So those types of things are kind of something that we should look into nonetheless for price action, right, you guys? So yeah, I'm basically looking at a potential reloading zone right now. There could be a little bit of a downside, but it's not showing any type of capitulation, okay? And if anything, I'm still suggesting upside here. And let me actually look at the buy daily. Okay, so the buy daily is suggesting a pretty massive upside, and that resistance from the 14-day would be located right at the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, which could be very much in line with this topside target of about 398.59 over the span of, let's see, today's Wednesday, March 15th. Well, for me here in the West Coast, right? So in Pacific time as well. So yeah, it could be indicative about that 398 zone over the span of about the next, I'd say, 4 to maybe 6 days, if sentiment doesn't just decide to kind of rip this to the upside, right, you guys? So that's kind of what I'm talking about here. If we're following just the trend and also the playbook rules, then yeah, we could see the next 4 to 5 days up run, right? It's going to be choppy, right? We're going to be in a chop zone, but still definitely an upside trajectory. Okay, you guys. So there could be an opportunity to exit your puts, and actually that it could be soon. If there's going to be a downside, well, we could look at the 4-hour and see what that downside probability could be. Okay, so we are at the resistance of this gap here in the 4-hour. So one more touch of the resistance followed by a pullback to about 387.79. It's a range though. Let me give you that range. 387.71 to about, this is very discretionary, by the way, guys. Okay, so just definitely know that it could be a little difficult to gauge this, right? So there you go. You're looking at this range here as a support, right? Before a continuation onto the upside. And let's just take the last 4-hour candle with an inverse fib and see if any of the geometrics kind of line up to where we're talking about. And yeah, actually at 388.13, sorry, we do have the 1.618, which is the golden mean, and absolutely something to look into. I mean, not even to mention already that the 1.272 at 388.44 is located right at my discretionary support, right? So yes, you guys, this zone here, very likely for us to touch down over the next day or two before a bounce to the upside, which now makes me feel like maybe the broader markets could be facing a little bit of a pullback before actually a huge continuation to the upside. What we could be doing now is pricing in to the price. I'm talking about to the broader markets. We could be pricing in the anticipation of a 25 basis points rate hike coming up from the Fed. Okay, so this could be that process. We could be rallying into that now. Okay, so in the event to where we do get something lesser than or higher, sorry, than a 25 BIP, then we could essentially sell off and create a massive bull trap. Okay, you guys, but right now things are looking pretty good. CPI came in at a 6%, which is absolutely a beat. We were at 6.4% before that, so it looks like the inflation is coming down in a sense. Okay, so we're looking very good. All right, so now continuing Tesla here, we do have an upside pivot on that 4-hour time frame RSI. Okay, so if we're going to be looking at the short-term time frames, then might as well just go down to the 30-minute. Immediate upside on that 30-minute. Let's see the bi-hourly. Bi-hourly still suggesting an upside, and this is suggesting a potential cross of the 14-day simple moving average on an uptrend. Okay, so this is very bullish. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the 6-hour and see what it's got. 6-hour looking a little bit, I mean, there could be a little bit of consolidation here, but that's in respects to potentially finding a resistance zone at, let's see, let me just load up the EMAs as well. I want to get a little surgical here and get some higher targets, or lower targets than the ones presented by the 50 SMA and the 100 SMA. Okay, so now the 30-day exponential moving average, or the exponential moving average 30 period, is located at about 183.61, which is just about, let's see, which is just about a 1% move to the upside. I think that we have the power to actually move to the upside, retrace, make this a valid area of support, because it is in direct confluence here with this candle here, and also this one, and also this one, and also the wick high of this one, and you don't even want to know how many more, because there are so many. All these supports right over here, we definitely have to beat that 1% or 1.5% to the upside, validated as support, then we can continue on to the upside, and it looks likely. Okay, so now the 12-hour suggesting a little bit of consolidation yet again, and it is, I mean, it's still on an upside pivot. We still have the 14-day simple moving average below us. It's all good. It's all good. So it's what I'm saying is that we're at support right now. So meaning that if we did find a ground on Tesla, it could be right now or located right at about 179 to the 178.79 area. Okay, as it is kind of a range for us to use as support before a continuation onto the upside by daily time frame, suggesting upside with a limited upside on that 14-day simple, just like the broader markets. Okay, if I were to give you a target based on this metric here, since it is the buy daily, it could take some time for us to realize that. Okay, so let's take into consideration, oh wow, look at this right here, very nice high quality buy daily hammer candle printed at the bottom of a downtrend, at the end of a downtrend. So very likely this can continue to the upside. This is the validation candle. Okay, so let's look at an upside probability here, taking a fib from the last buy daily swing high to the swing low. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. We'll take it just like this and see what kind of targets we are looking at right now. The resistance that we faced today was right at the 1.272 at just upside of the 182.38 area. The next target to look at is, of course, the 1.618 at 187.37. Okay, you guys, if we are able to reach the SMA 10 on a buy daily, that would be highly confluent with the 2 fib, and it's very possible that it can be over the next 2 or 3 days. I'm expecting a similar situation for NVIDIA, actually, because NVIDIA is proving to show a massive amount of strength and an immense amount of opportunity here as well, you guys. Go ahead and notice that the stochastic momentum has now exited the bullish control zone into the oversold percentile and now entering critical volatility. Okay, so this is very likely to make a continuation onto the upside. Let me look historically to see just how high NVIDIA can actually go on the stochastic momentum, particular to the buy hourly, okay, because this thing can actually rip. So we are looking at, wow, all the way back here. Yeah, we can go all the way up to about 99.82%. We're at 86. So very likely this is going to continue. Let me go to the daily time frame and reference volatility versus momentum. Go ahead and notice this, guys. Very, very powerful setup right here. Critical contraction right now. All of these blue bars printing are particular to a daily read, since we are on the daily on the daily chart, right? So anytime that we are within critical volatility, maxed out all the way at the bottom, and start printing these blue bars, they are a daily read. Okay, so we have the upside pivot right here entering the bullish control zone. Definitely a great setup, and definitely suggesting a continuation to the upside, and it could be a very powerful setup. Okay, so the buy daily time frame is starting to make a corrective move here. So now I'm curious over the 12-hour. Let's see the 12-hour upside pivot within the bullish control zone. Critical volatility about to set up that. Oh, okay. Here it is, guys. So the upside here is actually right at the 15 percentile, passing the 10 percentile already. Very important here for NVIDIA, as it is set to continue to the upside. And if I were to look at any type of resistance right now, I can give you a target dead off the bat right now and tell you that we can face a pullback right at the gap that we formed back here in April 6, 2022. Okay, so very likely we can see that gap as a resistance. Okay, expect it there. Okay, if you are long this, trade the ranges. Do not bag hold. Okay, if the only way I can suggest for you to bag hold is if your average is definitely at about $138. While we're sitting at 244. Yeah, that's good. But if you're in at this and your average is around 227, get out here, okay? You're looking at 253.18. What is that upside looking like? Okay, so from the current price action, you're looking at a potential another 4.24% to the top side of about 6.43%. If you're already in profit, consider taking here, re-enter from the current highs, okay? And then the move from this side, this can be substantial. Okay, as the top side targets that I'm looking at after this range, let's just go ahead and validate with some fibs. Swing high to swing low of the current range, just like this. And go ahead and notice that this top side is essentially what I'm looking at. Look at the cursor all the way to the right, just upside of the 2.618. That is essentially the target that I'm looking at. Okay, so if you are if you are with a good average all the way down here, then maybe consider getting out on this area here. But if you feel like you can withstand the pressure, then definitely you're going to see a pullback bound to the current back to the current highs, potentially back to the 0.618 at 236.44 before a rip to the upside, and eventually reaching the space and the range of 279.84 to, I would say, the top side of about 286.81. Okay, this is essentially the target that I'm eyeballing right now. Overall, though, if you're looking macro perspective, like as an investment, then yeah, this is wow. Yeah, this has already played out the move that the broader markets are already doing. Huge upside. The take profit, the overall take profit for this formation, it's a broadening descending wedge, just like it is in the broader markets, is 314.10. Okay, so that is the overall target that we're looking at, and just so happens to be at the 4.236, just under the 4.618. And what do I mean by that is this. Go ahead and notice right over here. This is what I'm looking at right here, about 314. or 315, right? So if we are going to start testing that, then yeah, we can go ahead and put a resistance range right over here from that 4-spot 236 to the top side of this candle here. But we never want to take profit at the current high, right? So you want to take it a little bit earlier so that you can ensure your take profit zone. Okay, so this is take profit or TP TP 1 and 2, or 1, 2, and 3, consisting of 6 total. Okay, so this is essentially what I'm looking at. Okay, first target to look at before a pullback, 252 to 258. Second and top side could be realized in about a week or less, could be 279 to 286, followed by a continuation to the upside over the span of about 2 weeks to about 314 to 334. Okay, you guys, very, very exciting times coming up for ticker symbol NVDA, as it is prepping for a continuation to the upside. Look at this inverse herpy-derpy right over here, suggesting a massive upside too, right? So if you are curious as to how this works, let's just go ahead and take a trend line from the neckline of this formation, okay, which could be right at about this area here, which has high confluence with these candles right over here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take that trend line from that neckline all the way down to the head, right, to the very lowest point. Then we apply it to the top of the neckline. Okay, so then from that area, go ahead and notice the target that it's taking us to, right to my discretionary target that I'm talking to you about. Okay, almost right to the penny. All right, so that is essentially where this formation is suggesting for us to take it. All right, you guys, so some people may look at this as an inverse herpy-derpy, and some people may look at this as a cup and handle. All of those formations are just silly, okay, you guys? So let's just go ahead and make sure that we can back things mathematically and with historical value, okay, you guys? So that is it for ticker symbol SPY, TSLA, and NVDA, okay, you guys? Very, very cool. I love that we were able to look at all these tickers right now, because they are, in essence, I mean, NVIDIA by itself could be the reason why the markets continue to the upside as well. Okay, you guys, notice the cap right here, 500, wow, man, almost 600 billion right there, you guys. The float sitting at a massive 2-spot 36 bill. Okay, you guys, so this is very, very powerful. Okay, you guys, so know that for a fact, the NVIDIA asset has the power to run the broader markets as well. All right, you guys, super, super, super opportunities coming up. I like it a lot. A lot of people referring or asking me about CRTD as well. I'm not saying that I don't want to cover it. It's just I know there's a lot of sentiment behind that, and I don't want to say that it's gonna capitulate and then I get killed, right? I never want to say it's going down, guys. It's just, if you're a master student here in the chat, definitely know that it is not required for you to trade short, for you to get short, right? But it is absolutely required for you to understand the short bias in the trade. Okay, you guys. So I know Aiden actually did chat here something. Aiden David is saying, no matter what, Arca, I know you will teach me more than what I would have. Without you. Okay, so thank you for giving back to the community by doing this. My dude, you are very, very welcome, and thank you so much for sharing those words with me. So Roblox and more saying, first time I'm live. I feel like I am live. So I love, let's see, making me feel like I'm live. What the heck? Right. Hi, by the way. Arca, look at me. Thanks, friends, brothers, says my dude Roblox. I'm looking directly at you, man. Thank you so much for coming by, man. I really am excited to be streaming this, okay? So I know that I actually gave it a little bit earlier than I typically do, but I feel like it was essential for us to give kind of the opportunity for some of the East Coasters to kind of join us, right, you guys? So I am very excited to be here. Johnny Barnes, what is up, my bro? Saying, hey, bro, reply to my email, please. I will definitely take a look at it, my dude. I will actually write a note. And Johnny Barnes. Perfect. I got it on the notes. Thank you so much. All right, so now, let's see, Master117. What's up, man? Why can't I sign up for Discord? Wants me to sign up to third-party stuff. What the heck is that? Okay, so what link are you using, by the way? Okay, so we can actually... Oh, right. You're talking about the validation system. Okay, so know that the validation system, of course, depending on your device or whatever you're using, know that sometimes you can actually get pop-ups, okay? So don't click on the pop-ups and start signing up to that, okay? Distinguish the pop-ups versus the actual submit information thing. Okay, so you may have to like X out of those. Okay, so definitely keep an eye on that. Okay, because I myself had trouble getting my brother to sign up to the Discord, and I was like, man, what's going on? I had to reach out to one of the moderators, right? I reached out to Cal and I asked him, dude, what's going on with this? And he goes, oh, it's pop-ups, bro. Just make sure to get rid of those or make sure to identify the actual information versus the pop-ups, right? So, guys, okay, so I'm looking at Perfecting Mindfulness, giving me a ticker of HUBC. Of course, I can put it on the schedule, like I said, you guys. I'll try my best to cover as many tickers as I can, but I can't guarantee that we'll get to them. But just know that I always try to come back to it eventually, okay? Yeah, not a problem, Master. Thank you so much, and I apologize for any inconvenience as that verification system, it is absolutely necessary for us to kind of keep there because there are so many Arca imposters. I'm sure you can see in the YouTube videos that a lot of these imposters come up and they say, hey, text me and or send me a message here on the WhatsApp and this and that, which, by the way, guys, it's not me. Definitely don't fall for any of that stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of people pretending to be Arca, but it's not them. Okay, it's not me. I will never put my phone number on my handle. Okay, that's not even cool. Okay, I'm talking about even for a younger crowd perspective. Like, I'm definitely not gonna put my damn phone number on my handle. It's just silly times, okay, you guys? So, thank you so much for that dono. Again, I'm still keeping an eye on you, okay, my dude? But if I can't get it done, just definitely know that I will reach out to you. By the way, are you also, I know that I've actually talked to you several times, but are you also in the Discord? Because if you are, then you and I can actually share a convo regarding both of those ticker requests that you put, okay? So let me just go ahead and make sure that I do have it in my notes as I'm trying my best to look back and not forget what everybody is saying, right? So I try my best to keep an eye on everybody, right, you guys? Very, very excited to be here. Make sure to hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and we are going to be moving on to the next ticker, okay? So I do remember that I was writing something right down here, right? So I think it was ticker symbol HUBC and LHDXQ. My goodness, that's a whole bunch of letters. So let me go ahead and refer back to that. So LHDXQ, right? So let me just note it on my notes first, and then over here, LHDXQ. This is one of them that will look. Actually, I already had it down, right? So in this particular one, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on just a moment. HUBC, right? Why is everybody talking about HUBC? What's going on with that one, man? I mean, I'm not complaining whatsoever, right? But I'm super stoked. So Mac, what's up, man? Hey, Arca, I definitely want to be in for your course. I emailed you as well. Please add me to your list. Did you email the Arc Masters course at Gmail? Is that where you emailed? Please, I'm looking out for you too. Okay, so I'll add that ticker as well here, my brother. So you're talking about what was that? STMH? Yeah, I'll add it to the list as well. Just remember, like I said, it's sometimes I can't get through all of the tickers, right? But I will certainly put it up here if it ever allows me to. There we go. Man. So SMTH, you said, right? So is that let me see. STMH, sorry. So a little bit of dyslexia right there, right? So STMH and STEM Holdings. Okay, so I have it on there. Okay, so just in case, just know that I am not trying to ignore anybody by any means. Okay, Monster Mike, thanks, Arca. Not a problem, my dude. So let me just go ahead and put that here as well, and I'll keep an eye on you. Okay, so Aiden saying, Arca, I'm signed up for Webull. As you said, will you be able to help me understand what is the significance of settled funds? I think it prevents me from day trading. I am not sure. Yes, it does prevent you from day trading. Make sure to allow just a few days or whatever they are talking about for your funds to officially clear your bank and into Webull. Okay, a lot of brokers tend to have that requirement first. Okay, so definitely know that you have to allow that the money, that whatever you just deposited into Webull, let it clear. It takes about 2 days, maybe sometimes, okay? And then as soon as that money clears, you're able to trade. But sometimes, and sometimes only, you'll be notified that, you know, while the money clears, you're able to trade this amount. So they'll give you a buying power, but it's not always the case, okay? Because you're just signing up for it for the first time. Maybe you'll have to just let it clear for a couple days, and then you'll be good to go. All right, my dude. So Perfecting Mindfulness, what's up? Mark Roach, can you check out this new ticker? It's a little long, but it's on the NASDAQ, I think. A good deal, my bro. Perfecting Mindfulness. I don't know the fundamentals, just the techs are lining up at least. Yeah. So I definitely agree with you in that. Okay, so not always do I actually very not seldomly. I never really look at fundamentals myself, as I tend to focus on statistics, right? So I really do believe that probabilities are a little stronger for the short term, right? So definitely not to say that fundamentals do not play a role into the price action, because they very much do. Okay, but in the short term, since I am a short term systematic trader, I find that the edge is actually a little, and not only me, okay, lots of professionals within the systematic world as well. Okay, we just practice statistics. And that's just about it, right? So T Wood, what is up, my bro? Thank you so much for that donation. It really means a lot, dude. So saying Arca, shout to you, love, bro. Quick comment on SINT. It dipped lots past the entry points. How do you feel on it still? Do I need to chill with patience? Okay, T Wood, if we're looking at past the entry points, those would be essentially you getting stopped out. Okay, so now that you are not stopped out, I'm going to dunce you. All right, so let me just go ahead and write down here that we need to take a look at SINT, okay? And I'm probably not going to get to it here in the live stream, but you and I will talk in the Discord. So I'm going to write it down right now, because I don't want you to fail here, my bro. So thank you. We'll look at SINT and look at the probabilities too. All right, so Splack, what's up? If we can get a BBBY to the Friday, okay, it will fly $4 when we have a gamma. Oh, you're talking about Friday expiration on options? Is that why we're going to get a gamma? Very interesting here, okay? So I'm not sure that I'll be able to get to it all the way, right? But I will definitely put it on the schedule. And like I said, guys, if I can't get to it today, you know, I will always try my best to look at it on a further day. But I mean, nonetheless, I think tomorrow we can still look at it too, because I'm streaming tomorrow night. Remember, guys. All right, so I'm gonna leave BBBY in the schedule there. So, do settled funds apply with trading stocks as well? Whenever I buy or sell, I think it goes unsettled. Yes, absolutely, because it's money that went out and now you're getting money back in, so that money needs to settle too. So a lot of the times people tend to deposit enough money to be able to continue trading beyond the portfolio. So meaning that you should not use more than, you shouldn't be using 100% of your portfolio in the first place, right? So you would have enough money in there to be able to trade what the equivalent of your current 100% portfolio is, right? And then you'll be able to have still settled funds to trade another ticker and yet another ticker. But remember, you only have 3 day trades allowed per week. You can enter as many as you want, right? You can enter 12 if you want. But upon closing 3 of those, that's your day trade allowance, okay? And know that those rules are getting really tight now, as I think the tolerance is getting close to 0 now. So be very, very careful with how you trade that as well. Okay, so go ahead, Aiden. Notice what Perfecting Mindfulness just said down there. Okay, it is a 2-day, right? Thank you so much for sharing that information. So Aiden Davis saying, okay, mindfulness. Okay, that makes so much more sense. Thank you, guys. Not a problem, Aiden. Here to help, my dude. Really appreciate you. All right, so guys, it is, yes, so we do have VS coming up tonight, Steven. So let's go ahead and get this thing rolling and continue on the analysis here, okay, you guys? So as we do, I have to adjust CRTD now, right? So let's go ahead and continue and move on to CRTD and see what it has for us, okay, you guys? So we were talking about a pretty substantial demand zone here, and I did mention to you guys that if we do come down to a lower level, it's okay that we do. It doesn't mean that only because we're at this zone down here doesn't mean that we're forever gonna continue to the downside. What it means is just that it was a potential shakeout, okay? And now we reclaimed the inside of that very heavy demand zone, which is critically important, Okay, you guys, I need to make a little bit of space here for bandwidth because this thing is just feeling a little weird right now. Okay, so yes, we did get that upside that we were looking for. We did say that whatever has to happen for CRTD must happen soon before that upside can actually be realized, right? It's okay. This is still looking very nicely. Let's go ahead and refer to volatility and also momentum represented by both the RSI and the stochastic momentum. Okay, so definitely notice on the 12-hour time frame we're contracting from critical volatility and we're starting to get that upside pivot right now. Okay, so that's a very interesting setup all on its own. So now the daily time frame, let's take a look at here. Daily time frame still looks a little bit corrective, but that pivot is starting to happen. RSI on the daily is still suggesting upside. Finding that support from that 14-day simple, very likely going to start correcting to the upside here. Okay, so that actually makes me curious over the 8-hour time frame now. All right, not a problem, Aiden. Really happy to help, my bro. Okay, so yeah, this is essentially a setup right here. We have an upside pivot on the 8-hour time frame. We have very close to critical volatility. We are crossing above the 14-day simple on the 8-hour RSI. This is great. This is great. It's looking positive. Now let's move on to the shorter time frames and see what it's got for us. Okay, so a very, very slight pullback, and I'm talking about a slight pullback to meet that 14-day simple moving average here. And that could be very likely to find a support from our demand zone, okay, which could be right at about 1442. I'm sorry. We are at there right now. Actually, the bottom side of the support zone is at about 1420. Okay, so now if we're gonna focus on another area of support, it could be very likely to close this tiny gap here in the 30-minute, and it could be right at about 1372 before a continuation onto the upside. Let's continue puzzling this thing together. Okay, you guys, so let's see the bi-hourly momentum. We have a very nice setup on the bi-hourly with a huge upside pivot entering the bullish control zone. The RSI looks to be a little bit of consolidation here. We're well within that gravitational zone of the bear strength percentile, which could essentially pull us right back up. Okay, so if we don't succeed this, then we could be trading a little sideways for a little bit. That's okay. We need to validate this support anyway. Okay, we need to make sure that it is a viable support before continuing on to that upside. All right, another setup here on the 6-hour. We have an upside pivot on that momentum, starting a contraction phase from that volatility. Very good stuff right there as well. Okay, so there could be a little bit of sideways trading coming into tomorrow since we did make that pump to the upside and reclaim the inside of our demand zone. Okay, so it's very likely for us to find that. Okay, but it's no problem, you guys. Just know that these types of things happen all the time. All right, so we already looked at the 12-hour, a little bit of consolidation there. The daily is suggesting the upside. Let's go to the buy daily. Consolidation on the buy daily as well. And oh man, the setup on the 3-day. Yeah, I remember looking at this, guys. The setup on the 3-day is essentially what's trying to get this thing to just pop open. And I'm going to say it again, you guys, it's whatever, I mean, even the 5-day, geez, my goodness, this is already curving. So this could be a very explosive move over the next weeks. Okay, you guys, so I'm really talking about weeks here, and I'm talking about particular to trading days, not Saturday and Sunday included. All right, so whatever is happening right now for the asset, and it's very likely to find a support soon and then start to make that huge upside thrust. First of all, do notice this 5-day candle iteration. Actually, I want to see when the 3-day closes because that's going to be, oh man, it's going to close tomorrow. Guys, look at this, the 3-day and the 5-day, huge hammer candle, and these are the time frames to where you start getting higher hit rates for these candles, right? So huge hammer right at the 3-day, closing tomorrow in 16 hours. The 5-day will also close tomorrow, and this will definitely be another hammer candle and a huge reversal pivot. Okay, you guys. So yeah, the statistics are meeting the technicals pretty well here. Okay, you guys. So I'm liking it. I'm liking the setup overall. All right, you guys. So that's gonna do it for ticker symbol CRTD. Okay, you guys. So now in respects to core PPI and core CPI, we're not gonna be rating any of these tickers tonight, but we will get back to rating these tickers soon enough. Okay, you guys. I'm very excited over CRTD. That's gonna be a momentous move to the upside. Now, the long-awaited opportunity for ticker symbol CEOS, guys. There is definitely something to be looking at in that ticker. Okay, you guys. So let's just go ahead and review that now. Okay, so this is essentially that chart that we were looking at just a few days ago. I think it was in the last live. Biana asked for us to take a look at it, right? Let's see. Is there any full-time traders in this chat? If so, have to ask. Okay, I see. Thank you so much, my dude. Yeah, definitely refer to the chat. All right, you guys. So go ahead and notice right down here that we are riding a huge descending channel. This descending channel presents a reversal of price action in general. Okay, this is a bullish formation, and we have been riding it since, let's see, since February 2021. So definitely a long time right here. Okay, you guys. So what we are looking at here, and these targets that we wrote down here are actually not new. These are definitely targets that we already had since we were up here. Okay, we were already looking at the potential of coming back down here to a demand zone. Not only that, but for a fact, this is also a must needed test of the conversion of resistance into now a support for this purple channel. Right, so we did get that test. We did get a huge bounce to the upside, a daily hammer candle right down here, huge upside. So what the setup is actually is very interesting because of this. Okay, first of all, we're at the bottom of this macro ascending channel like this. Look, I want to show you what that looks like. All right, there we go. So we're smack at the bottom of this huge channel, right? So I'm not saying that we're just going to go 1,000,000% to the upside, but it's an indication that over the next months, this may have a huge reversal, okay? So here's the setup starting almost immediately though, okay? So the criteria, anytime that we have expanded into critical volatility, which is within the 90 percentile of the BBWP, okay? So this BBWP represents volatility. We pair it with stochastic momentum or a momentum-based oscillator, just like this one here, so that we can gauge that bias for a direction, right? So go ahead and notice that the volatility component, the spectrum line here, is inside of the critical volatility zone. The moving average is about to enter that critical volatility as well. We're starting to get that upside pivot on the stochastic momentum, which essentially, I mean, this is a very aggressive fire right now, but the signal has essentially fired already. Okay, so anytime that criteria has met, I have taken note of that value. Okay, so if you are familiar with statistics, I have taken note of the samples. Okay, so all of those samples consist of those three metrics. Okay, the contraction phase starting from critical volatility, the upside, and also the amount of times that volatility versus momentum profile have guessed the upside correctly versus incorrectly. Okay, so now we go to our data set. All right, you guys, so what we're looking at here is out of a total, and this is adjusted, by the way. This is adjusted because we just got, the last time we looked at this was just about a month ago, like I said, all right? So, man, what the heck? Can't get rid of this thing here? Jeez, getting rid of the most important information, whatever. It's staying there, my goodness. All right, so out of a total 31 iterations, 25 have been guessed correctly to the upside. Okay, so that's giving us an averaged upside accuracy of 80.64% with an averaged upside thrust of 161.82% over the span of about just over 22 and a half days. This is proof of work. Okay, so if we were to apply the 161.82 averaged upside thrust, then that takes us to a very interesting target. Okay, so as the target has a lot of correlation to the 4.618, it has a lot of correlation to the top side of this. The last time we faced this 360% move to the upside, which is about 977, but the overall 161% move to the upside is taking us to 961. Okay, the relevance of this is huge though. So many areas, all of these candles right here, resistance. Okay, all of these candles resistance, all the way over here resistance. Guys, it's an inflection point. Okay, so it's absolutely gonna find some resistance at this area, and some people may even consider that a double top, which, by the way, maybe consider not trading double tops, triple tops, double bottoms, all that stuff, because they have a very, very low strike rate. Okay, you guys, it's better for us to focus on the statistics and the probabilities than not. Okay, you guys. So yeah, that's essentially what I'm looking at for CEOS. And the upside is starting almost immediately. I had to restart my computer right before the stream, right, because the mic went out. But all this setup actually undid itself, as always. So the upside is being suggested starting from the immediate short term, which is very curious. Even if we go to the 5 minute, let me see. Man, 5-minute even upside. Wow. Okay, so yeah, CEOS is moon bound almost immediately, and it is suggesting a pullback potentially on the daily time frame, and that could be after, let's see, very discretionary touch right here, right? But it could be at about 5:33 that we can face a pullback. Okay, so from the current price action, I know it's on the daily. Let me see the 12-hour. So the 439, and let's go back 439. Okay, so from the current price action all the way to the SMA, man, let's get that tool up and see what that percentage gain can be. Okay, because this is very likely going to be a short-term pullback. So tomorrow we could maybe see a 21% increase in ticker symbol CEOS, which is very, very aggressive. All right, you guys, but definitely know that there could be a pullback here to test our current highs and then continue onwards and upwards. So this is looking very, very nice. Riza, what's up, my dude? Good to see you here in the chat, my bro. It's been a while since I've actually talked to you, right, my dude? Very excited to have you here, my bro. So he's actually, guys, Riza, the last person who wrote that comment on the chat, right? So he's the person who I actually found out about ticker symbol XELA, XELA, and this was, I'm talking about months and months and months and months and months ago, before it made a huge run up to the upside, right? So I think tomorrow overall market will be green. Same here, man. Same here. I really do think so myself. Yeah, so that is going to do it for ticker symbol CEOS, guys. I really, really am a fan over what could be happening with that ticker, okay? Statistically speaking, it is bound for a huge upside. And like I said, tomorrow, I mean, sometimes people will try to gain entry no matter what, right, at any pullback to try to succeed that 20% trade. But the conservative trader would actually wait for that 20% retracement. So meaning that we go to the upside, we wait for a pullback, validate the current high, and then continue on to the upside, right? So that's going to be a conservative trader. The aggressive trader would very likely try to find that entry almost immediately for an upside run, and then immediately go up 20% their account and then down 20% their account if they don't realize that upside, okay? So when I say realize the upside is meaning if you don't cut out from your position. All right, so Keith Munster, what's up, man? Hey, Arca, my guy, how you doing? Great, being on here. Great to being on here at a normal time, my dude. I really tried to get in a little earlier as my wife is a little tired today, and I figured that some of the East Coast people could actually benefit from that as well, right? So all good in the hood, all right, you guys? So that was it for ticker symbol CEOS, and now we have to take a look at another ticker, guys, as I... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this one. This is actually particular for Sebastian Lim. I don't think he's in the chat right now, so I will go ahead and skip this one for now and get back to him. This is another one right here that I have been asked for, and it's ticker symbol KPRX. Okay, you guys, so let's get this one started now, and that's going to be, let's see. All right, perfect. Okay, so the last time we looked at this, guys, was actually right, I think it was actually here. No, definitely right over here. So this was on February 28th, the last time we looked at this, right? And we suggested this very move that we're facing right now. It's very interesting to see how these lines or the price action ends up kind of following what you say anyway, right? So we definitely saw the potentials of this. And why did we see it? Well, there's a huge gap here, right? So very, very likely for us to have found this downside anyway, okay? But the good thing is that it looks like it's already building a potential bottom here, okay? And it could be a higher low. So if that is the case, damn, yeah, I guess if that is the case, then this thing is looking pretty bullish all in all. All right, so let me actually reference to volatility. And I want to see actually if this thing just has that. Man, look, it's following exactly what we said, you guys. Take a look at the lines right here. This is what we were saying, that we would likely do this. And look at the momentum. I told you that I would keep it here for future reference. Okay, so this it's very interesting. Okay, so no wonder you're asking me. I see that. Thank you so much for asking me about this ticker. I am very grateful that you would, because these types of moves were actually very obvious from the last time we saw it. I don't want to put it that way, but it's just sometimes it is. Okay, so the daily time frame is setting up for an upside move right now. Okay, so meaning that we could have found that floor just like we talked about, okay? We can continue validating this, but what we were looking for is essentially this. We set a continuation to the downside before finding the pivot and then starting the upside, okay? Which is literally what we're doing right now, okay? So if we get an upside, we still have a few areas to look at for some serious resistances, okay? First of all, 407, is definitely an area of resistance which we have been testing for, several days. Okay, right in here. Also right here, we can just continue on back. Oh, and it's also the gap. It's also the resistance of the gap right here. So that gap is actually particular to the top side of about 417. So 407 to 417, huge resistance. Very likely for us to find that resistance and come back to test our current highs or this tiny little gap right here at about 380 to 381. Okay, so let's get the RSI up now and find out just how close we can get to the price action in the immediate short term, okay? So let's see, where is it? Right over here. Sebastian Lim, there you are. It is next. So let's go ahead and cover the, let's go ahead and finish KPRX and then get EPAZ next. All right, my dude, I didn't know you were here, but I'll make sure to look at it for you. All right, so 30-minute immediate short-term time frame RSI. Let's see what it's got to say for us, okay? All right, so yeah, we definitely have an upside. We have an upside finding the support from the 30 minutes. So this is almost immediately giving us an upside. Okay, so let's look at the bi-hourly. Bi-hourly also finding that support from the 14-day simple moving average, suggesting an upside immediately as well. Let's see the 6-hour. Oh my goodness, man. This is good stuff. Okay, the 6-hour is making a cross right now above the 14-day simple moving average. Very, very bullish. Let's see the 12. Man, this is a setup right here. Oh man, so the 12-hour is telling us that we could be facing a resistance. And I'm telling you, man, it could be in respects to some of the targets up here. Okay, so if we are to face that resistance, the top side, the best case scenario would actually be 407 before we come back to about 381 and then continue on to the upside. Okay, so it's a really aggressive upside considering the 12-hour, right? But I'm just saying that the probability in the immediate short-term time frame is there for us to make a pretty powerful move. Okay, but there are areas that we have to respect, and we know we're just going to get a pullback somewhere, right, you guys? So now, let's see, consolidation on the daily. Let's see the buy daily. Consolidation on the buy daily and consolidation on the 3-day. So all this consolidation is essentially telling me that the shorter term time frames are essentially going to be that overall control. Okay, so I know that there are a lot of drawings here, but if I just get everything out of the way and kind of have you envision what I'm looking at here, this is essentially an ascending channel. Okay, so this area here is now building what's called an ABCD strategy. So this being X, this being A, B, C, and then D would essentially lead up to potentially about $10. Okay, so it's a setup right now, but it is going to take time to realize. Okay, so this is a very typical setup traded. Okay, and definitely know that I'm looking at this on the 3-day. So very, very likely this is going to take some time to realize. Okay, but nonetheless, KPRX is absolutely bullish and absolutely suggesting upside immediately. All right, you guys. So Mark Roach, yes. I actually replied to him already. I told him, thanks, you are here. So that is going to do it for ticker symbol KPRX. Very excited to have looked at that ticker as it is presenting a very nice opportunity for a long, right, you guys? So I'm just going to go ahead and note it down in our notes here. So that's Biana, man, coming in with the plays today. So very, very good stuff. What is up, Luca? Good to see you here. You mean FRC, right? So it is on the schedule. I'll go ahead and try to look at it. But if I don't get to it, remember that we still have tomorrow to stream, right, you guys? So let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, guys, and that's going to be ticker symbol EPAZ. And let me just write the notes right over here that we are, in fact, starting that ticker. Oh, my goodness. Chat, well, sorry about that. I hope I didn't bang your ears open right now because I just banged the microphone, right? Let me just take a quick sip of this Gatorade. All right. Okay. So EPAZ with a very interesting setup on the 12-hour, as it looks like it actually may continue to the downside. Why the hell is that? How the hell is that possible? Let's see. Okay, let me just get the overall perspective here and see what it's even looking at or looking like, right? Okay, so now I remember. Huge descending channel prepping for an upside move, right? We got the upside from a little bit of an inverse herpy-derpy right here. It kind of worked out pretty nicely, right? And the upside target was realized right to the suggestion of that neckline. So very good stuff. Okay, so if this is facing a downside, it's a reaccumulation period, and it's very normal for it to do this. Okay, so if you are curious over what I could be seeing, because it is suggesting a pullback right now, then let me get rid of some of these targets right here, because they're still going to be relevant even later, right? So even the 1.618 at 0266, 0368 being the 2.618, and about the 3.618 at 0471, you'll notice later that these targets will still be relevant, even though we've moved on to the upside. So facing the resistances from our ranges already. This is the reason why I'm telling you that it could be a pullback, okay? Because let me just take some lines here and show you what's happening. Okay, so we're in the process pretty much of building a falling wedge. And it could be like this, right? It actually very well could be like that. Let me do it just like this here, and then bring this down just a little bit lower, right? So I'm not saying that this is a bad sign, because this can actually be two different formations. It's very premature. We're at the very beginning of this formation right now, but as you can see that we're doing these accumulation phases before upsides, right? So it looks like we're riding that natural ebb and flow. All right, so let's see. Riza, let me go ahead and add those here, the notes. I'm not sure that I'll be able to cover them today, my dude, but I certainly will cover them. So CDMO and FSLY, right? Absolutely, my dude. Thanks, bro. Thank you. I'll look at those for a damn fact, my bro. Okay, so there it is on my notes. Awesome. So yeah, what I'm saying here, guys, is that this could be slightly premature, right? So it's hard to kind of see what it is, but there's also the possibility that we're building what's called a pennant. Okay, so the pennant is arguably it's a symmetrical triangle, right? So the pennants opposed to a falling a falling wedge have both price objectives to the upside and the downside. Okay, not to say that the falling wedge doesn't, it's just that the falling wedge is more of a bullish formation in general. Okay, so in this case, if we're looking at the pennant, then yeah, it has a downside and an upside. So this is the way you look at it. Okay, we can take a trend line from the top side of the triangle all the way to the lowest point of the triangle. And okay, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm just a little bit laggy here. It's all good though. So let's go ahead and just apply it like that. And now that we have that trend line, we can apply it to the supposed area of breakout, which is usually located at or about the 65 to 70% to the apex of the triangle. Okay, so if this were the case, go ahead and notice that it's taking us to the 1.618, where we were already talking about, right? So, I mean, I'm telling you that these targets that I already wrote before are very likely going to still be present, even though price action has continued on since we last looked at it, okay? So now if that would be this target, right? So now if we were to face the downside, then we can apply it to the same place in the inverse, right? Go ahead and notice that it will take us right down to the support area and resistance area of this zone here. Okay, so it is in a sense following some pretty nice geometrics. Okay, so now if we were to focus on the falling wedge, if it is so then we may actually be trading a range for a little bit longer of a time. But since we're getting an uptick in volume here, that may actually not realize. I'm talking about the longer falling wedge may not realize, and in fact, we may actually be trying to break out of a continuation pattern, which is the symmetrical triangle, or the pennant, okay? So when we're on an uptrend and we start building a pennant, this now becomes a continuation formation, even though it has both sides to play with, right? If we were on a downside and started building up this pennant, then it would be considered a continuation formation to the downside, okay? But since we are on an upside, the likelihood or the probabilities are favoring the bulls. Okay, so this is why I'm saying that I believe that because volume is actually starting to pick up pretty drastically, this is a 30 spot 1.3 million volume bar from just today. Okay, not even the sell pressure from this huge shakeout right here. This was a 21 spot 316 million. So we're looking at exponential volume coming in for the upside. Okay, so very likely this can actually find another resistance touch right at about 165, come back down to test potentially that 0122 before maybe the following day, which could be, let's see, probably Monday or Tuesday, we can actually start getting prepped for that upside and breakout. Okay, so that's essentially what I'm looking at for this right now. Okay, so I'm definitely bullish the stock. Notice that the daily is making a very bullish cross above the 14-day simple moving average right now, suggesting an upside. Okay, so very good. Let's go to the 30-minute and see what it's got. So 30-minute time frame is suggesting some upside as well. Very curious. Bi-hourly suggesting a little bit of consolidation. Let's go to the 6 hour. 6 hour. Okay, so here's the, yeah. So there it is. Okay, so the upside that I was talking about, guys, remember, and I'm just going to give it to you summarized right now because it is, yep, absolutely what I said. All right, so going back to the daily, just like I said, very likely an upside move to about 165, right? Then a retracement tomorrow, okay, tomorrow. So tomorrow, very likely going to get a short-term upside to 165, and then we can come back to test the area of about 0112, followed by Friday, continuing on to the upside, and then potentially Monday starting to break out, or Tuesday. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for ticker symbol EPAZ. All right, you guys, very, very nice opportunity here as well. There's a lot of things to look at here actually. So the setup looks good in several time frames, especially on the upper term time frames. Bullish control zone here, critical volatility here, very likely to find a huge statistical upside over the span of the next maybe 5 to 6, maybe even 9 days. 3-day RSI just moonshotting here. So yeah, guys, EPAZ is a good ticker. This is definitely moving along very nicely. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, guys, and that's going to be ticker symbol VS. As I know, a lot of people have been requesting that ticker in general, right? So yeah, here it is. Here it is now. Okay, so man, what happened? We were making that upside, right? We were getting that recovery freaking finally, and then this thing actually decides to capitulate. So remember, guys, that I did talk about the potential retracement, okay? And why did I say that is because, well, you know, we resisted from the channel. So we have to pull back from that and find a geometrical support, which looks like we may be in the process of doing right now. Okay, so referencing volatility versus momentum, a little bit of weakness coming in here, but it definitely is in respects to that daily candle we printed. Okay, so I mean, yeah, it could be corrective, but the statistical move is definitely still on since it is based on critical volatility and contracting. We still haven't reached contractive critical, and we still are well within the center of volatility. So which means that the upside move of 94% to the upside is still in the cards. Okay, except that the original take profit for this has now been set to about $1.13, opposed to the $1.53 that we were looking at. Okay, so that move looks like it's still in play, and let me just go ahead and get kind of a bias here because, oh yeah, there we go. So the support range that we were looking at was a tiny gap that was formed between the candle of about February 16th to the candle of about January 31st. Okay, so that support range is where we are right now. Okay, so I know that. Well, let me look at the 12 hours, 6503 and then 6501. Yeah, we're right at the support of that gap, and we could be suggesting an upside soon. But let me look at it in a deeper manner here. Okay, so Robert, what's up, man? So definitely check out the dedicated video I just released for GTII. I'm talking about literally within the last hour. I just put it out. Okay, so consolidation on the 30-minute. Okay, the bi-hourly is consolidating as well. Interesting. 6 hour has a downside pivot. Let's see, where could that favor? Well, actually, let me see the 8 hour to validate that. Friends, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Consolidation on the 8 hour as well. Wow. Okay, so whatever is happening here with ticker symbol VS is it's suggesting it. I mean, this is pensive, right? So very likely we can actually see tomorrow a touchdown to the range of about 61.72 to about 59.92. Okay, so and now particular to the buy daily. Okay, yeah, there it is. Ooh, nice. Okay, so look at this. The 3-day volatility contraction phase has started. We're starting to get an uptick here on momentum, and we're about to face the support of the 14-day simple moving average. Very powerful. Okay, so if this does realize, go ahead and notice that we've just been bouncing off of this, right? So here we used it again as support right there. We came back and used the support recently, and now we're coming back to it again. The reason why I feel biased towards the bulls is because of this. Look, we're in the gravitational zone right now of the bulls, of the bear strength percentile, with the 14-day simple right there as well. Okay, so that's why I'm suggesting that this could be that bottom side before a massive upside. Okay, and still suggesting that very same thing that I've been talking about. Okay, so what I meant by what I've been talking about is that this shakeout here could have been a bear trap, right? So, and I've been talking about this bear trap since like over here, right? So I just didn't realize that we were going to shake out all the way down to this area. Of course, you guys, like, there's no way I can see, there's no way I can tell you where it's going to land. I can only give you the probabilities as to where it may land or may not, right? So huge shakeout right here, right? Trapping the bears, thinking that they're going to take it to the price objective of this broadening ascending wedge, which is located at the genesis of the formation, being at that low 37.89. Very huge fake out over here. We came back and tested the resistance just ever so slightly, and we're coming back to validate, thus creating another higher low. Okay, so this is a very important structure. Okay, so we have a low here, we have the higher low here, and a higher low here. Okay, so it's looking nice. All right, we just have to be a little patient here because this 3-day iteration is going to be done literally tomorrow. Okay, so upon the closure tomorrow, we'll go ahead and refer to the momentum and also to the volatility. So we'll keep an eye on this too, okay, you guys? Yeah, but this one is tough. I'm not gonna lie for just a sec. Sebastian Lim, VS is really tough ticker. LO, yeah, it is, dude. Got stopped out many times, bro. I got stopped out twice out of this damn thing. Also, it's stupid 10x. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm looking at for ticker symbol VS. It's looking like it's prepping for a very nice upside, but we have to be very careful with this one, explicitly careful with this one, okay, you guys, because it can present some dangers to to our longs in our positions. So we have to trade as carefully as we can, respect those those risk management measures that you have, or if not, please build some. Okay, be creative. Be as creative as you are as entering your ticker. Be as creative to exiting it too, right? So or your stops. All right, you guys. So if it's starting to go, if it started to go against your preferred direction, consider removing risk from the table, slowing down the loss, right? Because you can use that liquidity to re-enter at a better average, thus bringing down your cost basis. Okay, there is just strategy. Okay, you guys just know that you don't have to hold everything. You can be careful with this. You can just remember it's your hard-earned cash. Don't let someone take it that easy. Okay, you guys. So that was actually the last ticker for tonight, you guys. We still have a lot of them to cover tomorrow night, and we will. All right, so I just wanna pay my respects to everybody here. Thank you so much for all of your support, you guys, and definitely know that we are going to be taking a look at a massive amount of tickers tomorrow, as there are a lot of suggestions for it. Okay, you guys, but I definitely have to get the wife to sleep. I very much appreciate all the help from my moderators. Samantha H, Mark Roach, DJ, really appreciate you guys stopping by. Reza, what's up, man? We'll go ahead and take a look at those tickers, CDMO and FSLY, in due time, my dude. We'll get them down. I know you have the eyeball for those tickers, so I definitely want to take a look at those, okay? Steve, have a very good night. Mark Roach, thank you for all your support, my bro. Really appreciate you. And Beso Amy, have a good night. Friends, have a good night. All right, you guys, so very, very exciting day tomorrow, guys. Keep an eye on your risk management, remember, okay? So, but with that said, I wish everybody a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adult human female. Thanks, Arca Kiss. GVSI. Okay, I'll get it in the list, okay? So, yeah, not a problem, okay? GVSI. All right, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios.